Legends rise from blister packs. Childhood whispers calling back. Figures posed in perfect time. A world of wonder built for you. Legends rise from blister packs. Childhood whispers calling back. Figures posed in perfect time. A world of wonder built for you. Toy me, toy you. The fun begins. Grab your grills, let's dive right in.
Hello everybody and welcome to Toy Me Toy You. I'm Dave, joined by my co-host Rudy Zizou and our special guest for the evening, Mr. Xortrider. Rich, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Nice to see you all.
I should say Lee is not with us this evening. He's just taking a little break. He will return next time. So let's get into it, shall we? So this evening we're going to be having a discussion later in the show about emergency services, toys and TV. And we'll get into that. And of course, we're going to have our usual toy news, pickups, blast from the past from Rudy, and pick your own, which we'll get into later. First of all, Rich, do you want to give us a little introduction to yourself? Tell us what you're about, how you got into toy collecting, a bit of that. Just take a minute.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Xortrider. I was saying the lads just before we come on air that I've been doing YouTube for about 10 years now. I think I had the anniversary about a month or so ago. And even though I don't make that many videos anymore, I'm still collecting toys. I've been collecting toys since I was probably about 3 or 4, to be honest with you. There wasn't much of a break in between. But I'm mainly into Transformers and robots, but I like anything that's 80s or 90s.
Awesome. Cool. Right. Good to have you with us. Let's get on with the show and start off with a bit of toy news. Oh, I've put the wrong one up. There we go. That's it. Toy news. Starting off with this from SH Figuarts, Zenless Zone Zero, which is apparently a video game. I've never heard of it. And this is Billy Kid. This will set you back 90 of your English pounds, apparently. But he does look very, very cool. I like this sort of gunslinger vibe he's got going on. Apparently he's a cyborg, hence the strange face. The face is probably the bit I don't like about him, but I do like the overall look with the red leather jacket and the guns and everything. And I like the big spiky hair.
I'm getting Devil May Cry vibes from him. Even though it was a cyborg, a little bit, with a red jacket and the grey hair and the dual pistols.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
cool.
love like the proportions are really cool. Like the accentuated thinner legs. Yeah, it's really cool. I don't even know what the game is.
No, I've never heard of it. Not a clue.
I don't know any games after 2012.
No, we're not done with the kids.
I'm with you though, Dave. I don't like the head. I think everything else is cool, but I'm not sure of the head.
Yeah, and I think he's just got 3 interchangeable face plates, so it's not like you can take that off and he's got an actual face underneath because he's just a cyborg. But if there was a way to swap the head out for a human head, I think it could be a very cool thing. But like from the neck down, looks great.
Awesome poses.
Yeah, that's a great pose. And there you see what he comes with. So he's 2 guns, few different hands, few faceplates. And then we've got Tomy Kit from Knight Rider, diecast replica. Now this is a crowdfund, and it's going to be 1/10 scale. So that's the same sort of scale as like Masterverse or McFarlane action figures, but obviously it's a car. So you imagine a McFarlane figure being able to sit in that just about, maybe, because scale's not always 100%. But that's a big car and pretty big price tag too. $400 they're looking at for this. But it is quite impressive, I think, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's a finger for scale that'll help you to see how big it is. And it has a number of features that there's a little list that they put up on the website, so I'll put that at the end of these photos. But you can see that lots of internal details and lights and everything. Very cool. So yeah, he's got voice recognition, super pursuit mode transformation activated by a hidden touch sensor, rotating license plate, mini TV monitor and accurate dashboard layout, clear display stand for ski mode, air brake panels, manually flip open, and show accurate lights and sound effects. So he's got all the bells and whistles, basically.
It looks very nice.
He does.
Just by coincidence, it was 12 years ago yesterday that I cuddled David Hasselhoff in LA airport. There we go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did he cuddle you back?
He did. He was very, very thrilled to meet me. I think he was. He had no clue. He just got off a 10-hour flight and he was knackered. But I accosted him while he was just going through customs. So yeah, there we go. Massive.
You're the person that bothers people in airports. Now we know.
I bothered one. It just happens to be David Hasselhoff.
All right. G.I. Joe Classified Legacy ESU Police Officer. This is quite interesting. Apparently, this is £35 worth of figure. It looks pretty cool. I did see it. I think it was on Props and Replicas at that price, and then it sold out. So I don't know if it's anywhere else available at the moment. But I think it looks interesting.
I heard it's a really limited run.
Yeah.
So these are going to be like crazy rare, and then a lot of money on the secondary market. And then there was some controversy when it got released about things that were going on in America at the time.
I think it's mad that something that could be like an army builder or like a figure that you could buy even if you don't collect the toy line is like a limited run. Do you know what I mean? It's like you could just buy that figure and for any line, really. It's just mad to do something like that.
It's such a generic figure, like you say. You could use it alongside anything else, and the fact that they've got like different heads and lots of different accessories, so you can do it up in different ways. I like the poncho.
Yeah, I love the poncho.
Love a poncho. There he is, directing traffic.
As much of
full range of police duty.
I'm obviously a big G.I. Joe Action Force fan. I have zero interest in owning a policeman, though, because there kind of wasn't one in the show or the comics for me. Obviously, the classified line is just incredible now with how well it's been engineered in terms of the toys and how much detail they put on a figure now.
I haven't seen what's been released in that line for ages. I did initially get
out.
Yeah.
If I'd have got enough money for the Snowcat, I would have absolutely gone for it.
It's very cool. I want to get the. I'm not collecting them anymore, but I do want to get the the blue snake eyes. With the grey vest. I do want to get that one when I see it.
See, I could be tempted by a police officer, even though I'm not a G.I. Joe collector, because this does look good. But if it's hard to get, then I'm not fussed, because there's plenty of other things out there, of course. But maybe.
It might turn up in B&M. You never know.
You really do never know. Ninja Turtles from NECA, based on the 2012 Ninja Turtles cartoon. And these in a 7-inch scale from NECA, of course. $38 each. So they've listed these on the NECA website as a pack of 4, and they've sold out. But I'm sure they're going to be made available all over the place separately anyway. And of course, I will be wanting a Donatello for my burgeoning Donatello collection.
Donatello is the best turtle.
Fantastic. He is the best turtle. Absolutely.
Hands down. The 2012 fandom is huge. Like out of all of the Turtles ones, obviously, the early 80s and the movie ones, but yeah. There's a huge love for 2012. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I've got the Super 7 2003 Donatello, which is a really nice figure. So getting the 2012 from NECA is a no-brainer for me. So, yeah, that's a definite purchase.
They look straight out the animation, don't they?
Yeah, very I like the different head sculpts. They just give it so much character, because you've got the serious fighting face and then just the wacky inventor face. They've done those really well. We'll look at the other turtles, because, there's Michelangelo. And they all look very good. And then Angry Boy Wrath. And then Leo doing a bit of meditation before going into battle with a big gun, apparently. So, yeah, I haven't watched much of this show. I've watched more of the 2003 one. But I like the character designs. They look very cool. And there's a Shredder as well. So there you go.
That looks cool.
That does look very good.
I don't think I've seen many of this particular series. I think it just passed me by, being like 2012. But it's very cool design.
And he comes with a head underneath the helmet, so you can see him all battered up and scarred. Very cool looking figures. It'd be easy to buy all of them, really, but I'm just going to stick to my guns on Donatello, I think. Got to have some discipline in this game.
Well, I think just buy the ones you like.
That's it. And then Storm Arena, the King of Fighters 98 Ultimate Match, Goro Daimon. These Storm Arena figures always look good.
Yeah, Storm Arena is just dropping a new reveal like every week.
Yeah, they seem to be. I've got their Dan from Street Fighter on pre-order. That's going to be my first one. But yeah, I could be tempted by any of them really because they look so good. I know people speak highly of the Jada Street Fighter ones as well, and I haven't got into those yet. But just from what I've seen of them in reviews and photos, I pick the Storm Arena ones if I had to go for just one. But I'll probably get a Jada one at some point as well. They always do nice promo shots as well.
It's what sells the figure, isn't it? Their promo shots.
Looks really good. I like how they've done the trousers and everything.
That's a fantastic pose. The effect pieces. It just makes me want it. And then Mattel Creations, Hot Wheels, Collectors, Transformers, Nemesis Prime, which I believe is already sold out everywhere, but was priced at £71, which is a crazy amount of money for a tiny little thing.
Yeah,
that's Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? I mean, I wanted
way too much money.
Yeah, crazy. I wanted the original one of it, but I wasn't gonna. I think it was about £80. That one was. At least on the side. So it looks cool, looks really nice, but it's not like we've never had the mold before, is it? I know it's a lot smaller, but we know how it works. It's cool though.
Oh, just because Lee's just taking a break this week, he'll be back next time. Nothing to worry about. There you go. And then some packaging. And then Studio Series Leader Class 86 Soundwave. Any interest in this?
Pre-ordered it already. I had to do it, didn't I? Looks
I
awesome.
haven't, because I got the Legacy United one.
Yeah.
I've accrued the various cassettes. I named 5 cassettes that I want. Yeah. And I actually think I prefer the look of that Soundwave to this one myself. And the birds. The only one I would say is Ravage definitely looks better in this.
Yeah, definitely. It does look better.
Yeah.
I think that I really like the look of this, and I passed on the Legacy. Was it Legacy United one?
Yes.
Is it? Yeah. I passed on that one because I've got the Earthrise one, but I've got slight yellowing happening on it.
Oh no.
Slight, yeah. The Earthrise one was renowned for it. So it's slightly going. So I thought, well,
yeah, I had that one and that yellowed horribly.
Yeah,
I got the Legacy United one mainly because I wanted the Buzzsaw anyway.
Yeah,
so but
but I waited just to say. I heard rumours that this was coming, and I thought, great, this one will do. The Ravage looks slightly better. I've seen some different shots of Ravage, and it looks a lot better than it is in these promos. I've also noticed that there's a panel missing off.
Yeah,
that's
good promotion there, Hasbro. Well done.
Brilliant. Well done, QC on even the promo stuff. The only thing I wish with this, and I understand why they've done it, is I wish that tape deck wasn't clear plastic. I wish it was like a solid blue.
Like a solid baby blue.
Yeah. Like, and I think they probably will end up doing that. They'll probably release him as Devastation version or something like that and put some shading on it. But looks all right. They don't look like cassettes though, do they?
Those cassette modes are pretty grim, aren't they?
They're rope.
I mean, the last ones weren't great, but I think they were better than these.
Yeah. I actually think the Autobot cassettes were better than the Decepticons cassettes. I think Ramon was done pretty well. And I didn't mind Steel Draw either. But I mean, to get a leader figure with 3 cassettes, that's pretty decent considering what we've had to pay for recently.
Around like the £50 mark for all that toy.
Yeah.
That looks well articulated and
they're
really good.
No, it does look good. If I didn't have the other one already, I'd probably be jumping on this. But I'm happy with that one.
If I didn't have a masterpiece, then I'd be all over this.
Yeah. You know what though? They've got us again, ain't they? They've done us again, Hasbro have, because I thought that, we've got a Megatron now, we've got a Soundwave, we've got all of these Seekers. And we started the bloody again, haven't we? We've just got Megatron, we're having this, we're going to have all the bloody Seekers again. Starscream's going to be an exclusive, so we've got to go wanting or spending a fortune on it. They're going to do me again.
See, I really just stuck at Siege, but I know I'm in a minority with that. I've still got Siege Optimus, I've still got Siege Megatron, I've still got Siege Starscream.
Well, Rudy knows I've got about 74 Siege Megatrons in various shapes and forms.
That period of when you were making videos, it was just like, picked up this. I'm like, but didn't he pick up that like last episode?
Yeah. I think I had about 7 of them.
You had 7.
Yeah. Yeah, mental.
They're all, they're all slightly different now, aren't they?
Well, it was, and then I sold the original Siege one, and then I rebought it in a lot from Vinted. So I've actually got the original one displayed over there. But it was a decent mold, but it's mental because there's certain figures now. And sorry for going off topic here, like the Dinobots. I don't think they'll ever need to do the Dinobots again. Like at the moment, they are done. And then I've just spoiler the new Megatron. That feels like they don't need to do him again. But then I always think that, and then they'll release one better than what it was before. So maybe in 5 years' time, I'll be doing it again. Who knows? But this looks great. I've pre-ordered it.
Do you know what? Like toys, especially Hasbro and like Mattel, they're like iPhones. Like the technology and the engineering to make toys better, it's exponentially grows now.
Yeah.
You look at higher end action figures, where they were 5 years ago, they're now slightly more not budget prices, but cheap. Like Storm Arena is a class example. They look wicked and they're like £40. So they've come from Storm Collectibles. They've just made it more affordable.
Mm-hmm.
So this actually ties into my thoughts on the new Megatron, which is that there's a lot of people that love to get something that's as accurate to the cartoon as it can possibly be. And I'm not really one of those people. And I love it when they do weird stuff and different stuff, like this Shockwave that they had a fan vote for. And they said, we're going to give him an alternative alt mode that's going to be a sea creature. So there he is, Shockwave. And there he's going to be a whale.
I think
it's really random, and these concept pictures they've done look absolutely fantastic. And if the end result that they produce is anything close to this, I'm going to buy one.
Yeah, this looks great. I have to say that because we did the votes in stages, and now you selected the character, then you accept the theme, and then the alt mode. And when it got to Shockwave and Sea, I thought they're going to reissue Bloody Siege Shockwave again here in his submarine mode, but then obviously they went down the sea creature route. I think it looks great. And I'm one of those horrible people that love that cartoon accuracy. Like, I man to buy do it. But also, it's really nice to see something different. And this is almost Shockwave beat Skybite. And I love even the fact that they've got the gun, what would be the end of the gun, inside the mouth. That shape. It's awesome. Really, really good.
Very, very cool.
I love that it looks really like mecha.
Yeah.
It looks proper roboty in alt mode.
Yeah.
They've like really embraced what a you know, a robotic killer whale or orca or whatever it is meant to be.
I want to see all the sea creatures now.
Yeah,
I want to see a dolphin and
yeah.
just everything. Yeah, various kinds of fish. You could sort of get some stands and display them inside an aquarium.
There are a few fish because obviously Skybike isn't there. There's a few Beast Wars characters. Maybe we should do that anyway.
Yeah,
In a fish tank.
absolutely. That would be a different display.
Very different. Very cool though.
And then Super 7 Silverhawks, Wave 7. As said, these look very, very cool, actually. I've no affiliation with Silverhawks at all. I know you're a fan, Rudy.
Yeah, I have Bluegrass, and he's wicked.
Yeah, but when I saw these come up on the news sites, I looked at the photos. Thought, these are really cool looking figures just in and of themselves. So this is Condor. And there he is with his helmet on. They're just awesome designs, aren't they? It sort of looks... They feel a bit old-fashioned. Do you know what I mean? The designs.
That's what I love.
Sort of classic comic book heroes, like before we got all the superhero kind of stuff.
It's literally like 5 POA or something like 7 POA, but that's the whole idea of it, is that it's just a bigger action figure from the 80s. But obviously they can put loads of detail in it. But they've like fully embraced going matte colours. They haven't tried to do anything overly fancy.
What's the build quality like on these particular ones, Rudy? If you've got one of them.
Yeah, my Bluegrass is like really, really good. Yeah. And my G2 Megatron.
Yeah.
Actually, most of my Super 7 figures are really, really good. I've gotten really lucky because they do. You always hear and see like horror stories of other people's QC, especially in the wave.
I've had a few. I've got a few of the Transformers one. Yeah. I had the Crocodile Optimus. I bought that in a wave of 4 off like Comics and Cocktails for something daft like 40 quid. And that one it fell off the shelf and it shattered.
Oh,
but G2 Megatron is sound. Same with Banzai-tron and Bombshell, the Action Master versions. They're really good. But I think sometimes with the Transformers ones, the blockiness takes away from the fact that looks really smooth, like a proper action figure, whereas Transformers really aren't meant to be action figures. So the articulation's all off, where that looks pretty good.
Then we've got Flashback. He looks cool. He's got a bird with him. It's an eagle or a falcon, or...
They all have birds. Mostly. Yeah, that's wicked.
And just the one naked arm.
Is there any reason for that in the show, Rudy?
What, do they have birds?
No, they have naked arm.
Because they were kind of like augmented, but they kept some of their... They're not fully all done. I think the only one is the little boy who's all covered apart from his face.
Okay.
Hardware. He's a goofy looking fella. I like him.
Yeah, he's wicked.
Cool. No idea who he is, but looks cool.
I like his little rolled up blanket on the back. And his harpoon. He's fun. But my favourite of these...
He's a bad guy.
Melodia. She looks awesome. So, she's got the two-tone tights and the pink boots and the green hair and the glasses with a quaver on them and a keytar that fires musical energy. That is an awesome-looking figure. That's the one out of all of them I could genuinely be tempted to pick up. Tell me about Melodia, Rudy.
She's like, I don't know what. she's like obviously any kind of, it's like the Misfits from Gem. She's like like the only female villain, and she like goes toe to toe with Bluegrass because they both play guitars. But she's like the machine gun specialist or weapons expert. She's like the gunner.
She looks very cool. I like those effect pieces.
Yeah, you couldn't see them really on
Very
the promo
incredible.
shot. They're really cool.
Yeah, I think she looks awesome. I might even end up getting her. We'll see. We'll see. And that's all for the news for this time around. Let's just have a little catch up and see who we've got with us tonight in the chat, because I don't like to ignore people. So let's go back to the top. You've got Ed. Welcome, Ed. Thank you for joining us. Guzzy, Martin, Andy, and Josh. Hello, hello, hello. Did I get everybody? Oh, and Gareth snuck in there. Welcome, Gareth. And I think that's everybody. Everybody's just talking to each other. That's cool. And Andy. Welcome, Andy. Thank you for joining us. If I've missed anyone, I do apologise. I think I've got you all. Oh, no, you're not worth ignoring, Guzzy.
You said Guzzy was here, or maybe not.
There we go. All right, so let's get in to the next bit of the show, which is the cops. And I think I will go first because I'm very excited about my pickups this time around. So I have got nothing, except I did buy a Kinder Egg today for a little boy, which had a Playmobil figure in it. Not a proper Playmobil figure, you know, but it was this little DC Playmobil cyborg.
That's pretty cool.
So that's fun.
If I'd have known you were going to show that, I would have got the ones my kids got today. They picked 3 Kinder Eggs today, and we got Black Adam, Robin, and Mira from Aquaman.
Oh, I can't believe they actually put the figures in there, because I bought Oliver the Funko Pop ones a while back, and they were just a piece of plastic with a sticker on. That's what they were. So they're actual real little figures. That's pretty.
They're
cool.
they're like one scale down.
Yeah,
but like they're articulated.
Yeah, look really cool.
All right, who wants to go next?
I'll go next, as I'm quite like you, Dave. But we did warn viewers in the last 2 episodes that things are a little bit light. But I literally got something today on my lunch break. I went to the delivery locker, so I've barely haven't had a chance to get it out the packaging yet. But I'll try on the stream. So we have got.
Is that Dash Rendar?
Yeah, we have got Dash Rendar, the greatest Star Wars film you'll never see. Explosion that was Shadows of the Empire. And if you've ever watched my channel, you know how much I love Shadows of the Empire. It's pretty much the greatest thing about Star Wars ever. But yeah, we have got the best smuggler in the world, in the universe, in the galaxy. And he looks epic. He literally looks just like he does in the comic. So yeah, there he is. In all his rugged goodness.
I knew they would release the figure, but I didn't realise it was out.
And then we've got his blaster, which looks like Han Solo's, but it's slightly different with a slide, and the sight is a little bit different. But yeah, he looks literally just like the game and the comic. So yeah, I've got Prince Xizor now and Dash Rendar. This is super so shiny. and just really, really rugged looking. You know, Han Solo at the end of the day, he's kind of pretty much just a good guy. There's nothing roguish about him. He just helps everybody out, whereas Dash is a little more darker, a bit more intriguing. I really hope we get more. I really hope we get Chewbacca in disguise as Snoova. I know we're getting a Leia and Luke in disguise, but yeah, I'm ready for more. I'm ready.
They'll do it, definitely.
Yeah, considering how well the first wave of these is done. Yeah, so that's my one pickup.
Awesome.
That's
one more than I got.
It's because I've just got so much on pre-order.
All right. I'm pacing myself. It's coming.
I'm worried that all mine's going to come in October.
All right, Rich.
I've probably buyed up for everyone. So
go on then.
I've got Megatron. So this is the Studio Series 86 figure. He does turn into a tank. I don't mind because I'll probably never change him into it, to be honest. But it's awesome. Really, really nice. As good as I thought it would be. Yeah, just really, really great. So I picked up him. Finally, my Blockies kit to make the Defender vehicles into Devastator come. I ordered this in May and it arrived on Tuesday. So it's been a while. But for those of you who don't know, you get the Blockies, you get like the, I forget what they're called, but you can get mini Blocky figures called Defenders and they give you some vehicles. Well, it just so happens that you can make them combine with a little add-on kit. And I did get the latest version of them, which comes with a Brawl. So it looks like they're going to do a Bruticus as well. So yeah, got those. And it's just fallen over.
What you're saying is you're fully in the rabbit hole.
Only for the little ones, not for the bigger ones. I'm fully in for the small ones because they're dirt cheap. Like I think you can get a box of them from AliExpress for like 20 quid, 22 quid. They're fun, don't take up much space. So yeah, I'm fully in with them, but not the bigger ones. I've got some of them, but I've literally just packed a load of them away today because I haven't got the space. I finished my Megazord, which I'm quite happy about. This is the Power Rangers Playmates Reignition version. It's really, really big, really, really chunky. It lacks a bit of articulation. The head doesn't really turn at all. There's no elbows. There are ankle rockers, believe it or not, which is quite cool. But he's great. And these, they probably are going to come down in price. Were they all worth 20 quid each? Probably not. Definitely not these two. These are a bit crappy on their own, but they're awesome. And the Pterodactyl does come with some mini Power Ranger figures as well. So that is awesome. Really, really like that. And I did pick up as well, for some bizarre reason, I don't know why I can't reach it, a Masterpiece Shockwave. For it's a fake one, Rudy. Don't get too excited. It's dirty KO.
I know where this is come from.
Yeah. He's got some slight erection problems. He can't keep it up, unfortunately. But it's all right. It was £27 from AliExpress.
Was that under 30 quid?
Yeah,
it's really good. It's just a little bit loose.
Well, the original one's exactly the same, apparently. And the thing that I was shocked about, and I haven't got batteries in it at the moment, but all the electronics work in it as well. So it lights up. I always wanted a G1 Shockwave. I've got the Tandy Wave from when I was a kid that was like grey and all broken. But it costs a fortune. And this actually is about the same size and transforms very similar. And for 27 quid, you can't really moan, can you? So got that. And then the final thing I picked up, Longtooth here, Pretender. I've had the shell for ages, but my mate Scott went to a toy shop and he found the inner robot for me. Missing the red part of the wheels, which apparently no one has on eBay has never seen by searching for it. But I haven't. Pretenders is probably the biggest area Transformers where I haven't got many. I've got a fair chunk still, but there's loads I'm missing. So it's kind of nice, at least, to get the shell and the robot for Longtooth there.
Lee's just popped in to check we're behaving ourselves. We're being good, Lee, honest.
Yeah, that's it. I think that's everything.
Awesome. Right, good stuff. So we will move on with the show, and our next segment is Blast from the Past with Mr. Rudy Zizou. So what have you got for us this time around, Rudy?
We have got the Argos catalogue, autumn and winter 1989. And you can tell it is the autumn and winter version because they've maxed out as much space possible on the page with, I don't know how many, like 10 different toy lines. Which, when we were looking back at last week's Universal, they put like 2 or 3 different toy brands and it works so much better. But I get why Argos did it. It's coming into Christmas. You want to advertise everything that you're going to have in stock. Yeah. So we're going to look at the real Ghostbusters, Mantaforce, Boglins, RoboCop, yeah, Batman, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, or Hero Turtles, I reckon it is. But yeah, this is 1989, right? Yeah. And the real Ghostbusters premiered in 1986, and I think the toys came out maybe like 87. That's like 2-3 years later, and they're still promoting the Fire Station and Ecto-1. What a difference! Like the time is like buying toys in the 80s. There's no way a toy now would still be in a catalogue like 2 years later.
Yeah, no way.
You can go in to Argos in 1989 and still buy Ecto-1. It's nuts. Obviously incredible, but yeah. And then you get to see all the ancillary like bits. You could finally get a trap for the Proton Pack. I think for a few years there was no trap toy. Yeah, and then I don't really remember what that vehicle is, the number 4. But
so that I can't remember what it's called, but I had it.
Yeah.
It was for Egon, I think, and it had those. It had like flexible.
Telescopic.
Yeah.
Oh, which you wave around and go. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Yeah,
that kind of.
But they're really brittle and they all break now. I think they're.
I bet you'd get those out of storage and they'd crumble to dust.
Yeah. But I remember.
I just like the foam tubes. They'd be great for whacking my brother.
Yeah, they're like the swimming pool noodles.
I always remember I had the Proton Pack and I had the trap. I think I must have had them about the same time, so I must have been late to the party. But I remember walking around in a blue pair of pajamas, pretending I was Egon from the real Ghostbusters because he wore blue. And I used to, when I was pretending to be in the cartoon, I put the foam in, but when I was in the movie, I'd take the foam out because I never had those colour beams in the actual film. And I forgot as well that they had that little strap around the arm that came with the Proton Pack. Yeah. I hadn't even thought about that until I saw this. Just
I know, like the Proton Pack, it came with like a PKE meter, like the yeah. I never had one, but my next door neighbour did.
Yeah.
I only had the figures.
Yeah. I remember I went out one day with my mum and dad, and I think we went to Wolverhampton because we were in Beatties in Wolverhampton. You'll probably know this, Ruda.
Yeah, 1920s Art Deco.
Yeah, and I remember my sister was into Ghostbusters before me, so I think it was around her birthday, and she had the Proton Pack, and my mum and dad used to do this thing where on each other's birthdays you could get a little gift, and they said, "Oh, you can. Do you want a Proton Pack as well?" And I went, "No," and I had Astro Train instead. And then I think for Christmas I ended up having the Proton Pack. But yeah, great. Really, really cool. I've still got my Proton Pack, I think, up in the loft, but it's seen better days.
That's good. Yeah. So yeah, moving on.
I like that projector at the bottom.
That was awesome.
That looks fun.
Yeah, that was awesome. I think I had everything on that page apart from the fire station because my mother wouldn't let me have it because I get slime on the carpet. So I wasn't allowed to have the fire station, but I think I had everything else on that page.
It's definitely like brand new promo shots because
Yeah.
the action figures you see are the really later ones where they've got
Yeah,
those
the new ones, yeah.
suits on.
Yeah.
All right, next. There you go.
So, you get to see a little bit of some backpacks, some ancillary products to.
That Slimer backpack's cool.
Yeah, isn't it? It's really cool. I didn't even know that existed. I don't seen the Stay Puffed backpack, but the Slimer one's really cool. But yeah, here we have the Red Venom, and I couldn't remember what these were called, the bases and the other vehicle, because by '89 they'd really developed the story of Mantiforce and added an extra faction. But yeah, the Red Venom was such a cool toy. Like, I had the original Mantiforce in 1987. Again, 2 years later, they're still able to produce stuff, and it was obviously still stocking shelves. Incredible, cool toys and absolute value for money.
I don't think I had any Mantiforce, you know. I think it passed me by. I remember, tell a lie, I had one little set once and I swapped it with a friend from school for Scorponok's head. Because he had the head and I didn't.
I
so
never had
swapped
any
it.
Mantiforce.
No. I mean, they're very cool, and I've seen them at a few toy shows and everything. But, I mean, I remember seeing them in catalogues like this, and I remember a few friends had them, but I never really had any, I don't think. Wasn't there like a saucer one as well that looked like almost looked like a flying saucer? I think.
Unless you mean the original, like the Manta. That's the
big one. Is that what the big one was? Yeah.
That was like the very first toy that held it. Yeah, it's.
Gareth telling us again that the actual Mantiforce is the best toy to ever exist. Yes, you have mentioned it many times.
and I'm in full agreement. It's in my top 3. But yeah, and then we've got some Boglins.
I did have a Boglin when I was young. I had Dwarb, I think his name was.
Dwarb, yeah. I had Flap, I think was the purple one. I think that was a Christmas gift from my auntie. I didn't want that colour. That's the kind of when you write a list for Santa, Father Christmas, and you get one of the things from your list. But yeah.
Super cool. I had lots of the mini Boglins as well, the ones that were just single colour that came in blind bags. But the big one, I just had Dwarb.
Yeah, a lot of fun. And then here we are on to...
Oh, lovely.
Right, I've split that one in half again. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, so there we have RoboCop. Action figures of an 18 rated movie, although it was based on the cartoon and the toy and the TV show. So yeah,
I had some of the RoboCop figures, but I don't remember seeing that helmet and that light.
No, I don't remember the helmet. So I remember those vehicles.
Yeah.
The smaller vehicles are apparently super rare.
Yeah,
but yeah, really cool. But then again,
I like the big van. I'd love to have had the big van.
Yeah, it's really cool. It doesn't how I mentioned before, you don't get to really see what the toy does. It's just literally a promo picture of, because I'm sure that probably opens up and where you go from there. But it's cool to see toys from an 18 rated, violent, toxic waste, spillage movie for kids.
Well, of course.
Yeah. So yeah, here we have Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, and I feel like this is the first time we saw Turtles in a catalogue, because there was that period in time where they just weren't on the shelves, and the only ones you could get were these action ones, and there was no Leonardo. But yeah, this is where I got my Michelangelo, and they didn't come with their weapons; they came with other weapons. Donatello swam; he was a wind-up toy, and you could put him in water, and his legs would kick. Raphael spun around on his back on a sewer lid. I think it was called breakdancing Raph or something like that. And Michelangelo's arm had a sewer lid, and it spun around and round and round. And he had a
I remember that one.
Really wacky faces, Like Raph had a really big grin. Mikey was sticking his tongue out. But yeah, this was the only place to get Hero Turtles for a little while there was a huge drought.
So I ended up with 2 of the turtles. I asked my dad to go and get me Leonardo and Raphael.
Probably couldn't find them, mate.
No, well, he'd come out with them from work, but he's colourblind, and he bought me Michelangelo and Donatello. I just said I want the red one and the blue one, and he bought me the purple one and the orange one. Bless him. But
and then we've got the blimp.
Oh,
Incredible.
That blimp's amazing.
Yeah, and obviously
that's
it's
iconic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an inflatable, so it's like blowing up a rubber ring. I saw one of those at any DC Toy Fair a few years ago, like a pristine box. I don't think it had ever been blown up, but it was like literally cash money. But yeah, incredible.
Yeah, I saw that as well, Guzzy. Must hide in the shadows, stay away from the human.
Indeed, going around in a bright, yellow, green, and orange camper van with a giant shell roof.
Cartoon logic. It's great.
Oh, it's the best thing, cartoon logic. You don't have to have any.
And it means you get cool toys, so go with it.
Well, yeah, for sure. And then obviously ancillary gifts again. You want your backpack to put your toys in or your lunchbox for school. And then we've got 1989's Batman with the Batmobile, a radio controlled Batmobile, the Batwing, the Batcave, and Batman himself with the elasticated utility belt, which we'd pull out and spring over. The only thing I had was Batman, Bob the Goon, and the Joker. The Joker squirted water, Bob the Goon had a kick, and Batman had the extending belt. And they came on these really beautiful gold cards.
Yeah. I had the. I've still got the Batmobile and Batman, but I haven't got his cape. And I think I had the Batwing as well, but where that is now, I'm not sure. But I've still got the Batmobile and Batman, and I think Robin and a decapitated penguin as well. He'd lost his head somewhere.
I don't think I knew anyone that had the Batcave, but
no, I didn't even know it was a thing, to be honest with you, until it was on there. Didn't even know it was a thing.
This is the joy of the segment. It's like so many people just don't remember some of the toys, and some people are like, wow, that's a thing. And you could buy these things in the UK. And some of them
I didn't have any of this. The only Batman stuff I remember having was the little Ertl diecast Batman.
Yeah. Same here. I think that came from the newsagents, actually. Yeah.
But I do absolutely love this movie. This is the best Batman, in my opinion.
It's on my list to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years.
Yeah.
But I really want to watch it again.
And I do have a modern version of the Batwing now, which is up there somewhere.
So yeah, Argos catalogue giving us tons and tons of toy goodness going into the festive period.
Very good. So we'll move on now. Thank you for that, Rudy. To Pick Your Own is the next segment. And Rudy, you chose the topic for Pick Your Own this week. Do you want to tell us about that?
So it was going to be Out of This World, but that was done apparently before I joined as a host 5 months ago. So we kind of tweaked it, and it is another dimension, new galaxy, intergalactic, planetary. So we're riffing off a Beastie Boys intergalactic line, and it is toys with a slightly space theme or another dimension or otherworldly.
All right. So shall we let our guest go first for this one? Why not?
Okay. Well, I went actually up the loft today to try and find something for this, and I got a load of the Kenner alien figures down, but in the same box as the all the alien stuff, I found this, and I thought this is more appropriate because there's more to it than what it seems, and it is space related, and it was from a god awful shit film, right? But it was Lost in Space,
Oh wow!
Robbie the Robot. If you remember this is the Matt LeBlanc film. Awful, terrible film. And I think I'd gone away for the weekend or somewhere with my mum and dad, and I ended up buying this one, which is a damaged version of Rob. Was he called Robbie the Robot in that film? I think he was. Yeah. And there was a full like non-damaged version, and I remember I used to play with the non-damaged version like all the while. Well, say play with it, fiddle about with it, and I never really bothered with this one. And obviously it's from space, but there is another dimension to this toy, which I didn't actually know about until probably about 3-4 years ago when I put it in storage. And that is, this part actually snaps off. And I didn't know this at all. And there is that version of Robbie the Robot in there, and you can put the arm in there. So there is another dimension to this toy.
Clever.
There we go. Yeah.
See what you've done.
And you know what? Yeah, see what I did there. Quite clever, isn't it? But yeah, it's a god awful film, but this is a pretty cool toy. So yeah, I picked Robbie the Robot from Matt LeBlanc's Lost in Space, and I've got a massive box of aliens down there as well that I'll probably just fiddle about with off camera.
Well, you can do some honourable mentions at the end if you want.
Yeah. Okay,
we'll let Rudy go next. Yeah. There we go.
Timber, his arms wide open. Shaka, when the walls fell. We have got Dathon from Star Trek The Next Generation's episode of Darmok, where Picard ends up on a planet with a race that speak in metaphors. And he is absolutely incredible. He's a proper like early 1990s toy, but he's got loads of like articulation. I never had any Star Trek figures in the 90s. By that point, I was deep into Star Trek TNG, but I wouldn't have bought action figures probably when I was like 14. I think I'd kind of let them go, which is probably when this season premiered in the UK. But yeah, he comes with a branch with flames on it because he gives Picard that to light his fire whilst they have a chat and talk in metaphors. Holstered weapons, and he literally looks like he jumped off the screen. But yeah, he's super cool. It's really well detailed, and the joy of Playmates figures kind of missed out, which is
Playmates figures were brilliant. Those Star Trek ones were awesome.
Star Trek one's incredible. I'm like, I wouldn't mind a Dixon Hill now. I wouldn't mind like a Borg. But yeah, like
Playmates still make good figures, to be fair.
They do indeed. And then like all the clothing's textured and the amount of detail. I had no idea it was going to be this good. But yeah, it's my second favorite episode. So to have a representation of that too, super cool. Shaka, when the walls fell. Which is lost on everybody apart from nerds in the chat.
I like Star Trek, but I'm not that much of a nerd.
Yeah. I think I remember the episode, but I can't remember like what happens in it or anything like that. I remember the character, and I'm from Playmates figure from back in the day. That's awesome.
Yeah,
like really, really awesome.
Really, considering that they're mostly Star Trek people in uniforms. So they're going to be 3 colors? Yeah.
A stick on fire is really cool.
Yeah.
So that's a unique accessory, isn't it? It's very good.
As people will know if you watch my channel, it's the accessories that make the toy.
All right, I'll go next then. And inevitably, when I heard the words "another dimension," my brain went immediately to another time and space. Where a parallel universe has fallen on its face. Bucky O'Hare, of course. And I've chosen Boss Fight Studios' Bruiser the Berserker Baboon, which is a really fantastic figure. This was my first Boss Fight Studios figure. I recently picked up one of their Saurozoic Warriors figures as well. And both are excellent and really hefty figures. They just feel weighty when you compare them with the average mainstream action figure. So I'll be getting more Boss Fight Studio stuff. But this guy really does just look like he leaped off the screen, and is a very good representation. And he's got some decent posability, and everything poses nice and smoothly and everything. And I just really like him. One of my favourite characters from the show. Absolutely, just this maniac baboon. Very, very cool indeed. And what more can I say? Bruiser from Boss Fight Studios, brilliant figure.
It's one hell of a show. It's such a good show. I remember doing the rewatch through lockdown, and I had forgotten how good it was. It's so funny, just really 90s humour.
Yeah, it's the one show that I remember rushing home from school to watch. It was my absolute favourite when I was young, even though it was short-lived. Fantastic show. Right, we'll do some honourable mentions, shall we? We'll let Rich go first again. See what you've got.
I mean, going back to what Rudy was saying about 18-rated films that have action figures. I always wanted the... Oh God, don't put toys in little plastic bags. So I've got Xenomorph here. This was part of a 2-pack that came with Predator. That I got this one from Index in Birmingham. I can remember it clear as day. I think it was on sale.
Index.
Index. The
Argos, right?
Yeah, poor man's Argos, wasn't it? But I remember. So this was just the nearest thing you could get to how a Xenomorph should look.
Exactly like it?
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like the first film, isn't it? Because it's not like Aliens, because it's got the clear dome on there. But I mean, this was the nearest thing you could get to it. But then you ended up with random stuff like this, like the giant Queen face bugger and all that kind of stuff, which I didn't have when I was a kid. But I've been on a mission when I go to these NEC toy fairs and that to try and pick all the ones that I need for a £5 or less. And I'm almost there. So I've got like a load of different ones that I've picked up from various car boot sales and toy fairs. But I always really loved the ones that look like they're straight out of the mover. So yeah, they're my honourable mentions.
Awesome. Rudy, do you have any honourable mentions?
I certainly do.
Good stuff.
Coming, from out of space, straight into your playground, we have got Astra on the back of the Space Raiders crisp packet, or maize-based snack, if you will.
Oh, I love a Space Raider.
So yeah, here we have Astra.
Was she pickled onion?
She could have been. Oh, was she just like the title character?
I thought they were all different ones.
Or do they have different characters on each flavour?
I think they did. I think so.
I don't remember that one.
The beef might have a different character then, or a different colorway. But yeah, 3 3/4, 4 POA. Goodness, might be 5 POA. Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, fiendish feet as well.
So yeah, I should have bought 2 because I want to take her out, but I don't want to destroy the packaging. So yeah, that's my honourable mention.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool. All right. I shall honourable mention it up now. I'm sticking to my theme. So I've got a couple of vintage ones. Bucky and Toadborg, which I picked up when I was on holiday in Cornwall last year. And they're missing their weapons, but they're still awesome. Just cool little figures. And I didn't have any Bucky O'Hare kid toys when I was young. So it was really cool just finding these in a little vintage shop and just going, oh, go on then, I'll have those.
What year was Bucky O'Hare? What year was it released?
I can't remember that.
Maybe
90, yeah.
I'll Google it.
But yeah, they're your basic limited articulation toys of their time, and
yeah.
But then they're just interesting Like Bucky's really cool. Like the green hair with the red outfit and the yellow
So
gloves and feet.
to reference the aliens that Rich showed, which
Oh.
toy brand made those?
Kenner.
Yeah. Who made the Predator toys?
Kenner.
Who made RoboCop?
Kenner.
Yeah, there you go. every film, literally Kenner was just like, okay, yeah, let's make some toys out of this.
I mean, fair play to them. They were probably, what they were doing is they were hanging off the back of the Star Wars license, weren't they? I went, oh, we made a lot of money off this film, so let's buy the rights to these films.
Terminator 2, that's Kenner, right?
That was Kenner as well. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
But they made cartoons out of stuff as well, didn't they? Like
Most
the Toxic Crusaders. Yeah.
Well, there was meant to be an Aliens cartoon, wasn't there? And I think there was even some storyboards and that leaked, but it never happened, did it?
No, and they were making toys from the comic as well, weren't they? That's where a lot of, like the Dark, is it Dark Horse? I feel like a Dark Horse comic because I've got the Apone.
Yeah.
Yeah, good choice.
All right. Good stuff.
Really good choices.
That's the end of Pick Your Own, which leaves merely one more thing to do, and that's to have a little chat. How about chat? And our topic this week is Thunder Nerds Are Go, emergency services, toys, and TV. So let's take that down for a minute. And Rudy, do you want to tell us about some emergency services, toys, and TV that tickle your pickle?
When I was first thinking about like a discussion topic, like the first part was like, my God, there's a lot of police cars in Transformers. A lot. And then it kind of just went from there. Like every like Diaclone car pretty much got made into a police car. And the police car is quite revered in Japan. So I learned, and then it just spiraled on from there. And then it kind of became talking about Thunderbirds, Captain Scarlet, adventure toys. So yeah, this is where the chat is going. And in terms of some of the police cars that I loved, I'm going to give a little shout out to Robots in Disguise 2001 because they brought back the Lamborghini police car for Prowl. And then when he gets spoiler alert, when they get energized, they change color. So it allows the toy to get like a second release in a brand new colorway. But yeah, I love police cars. I think they're really, really cool. And Transformers nails them. If you think about the Headmaster Juniors, Go Shooter or Shooter Go, you know him as Siren in the West, but yeah, I know him as the police car from Super God Master Force. Super cool toy, super cool character. Emergency service vehicles in Transformers are just incredibly cool. When I was thinking about this the other day, it dawned on me that all of the Protector bots are Japanese companies. As a kid, I wouldn't have really thought about that. And then it's only as an adult that you've got a Mitsubishi fire engine, a Honda motorcycle. I feel like it's a Nissan RX for the car. Or is it a Nissan Hiace for Red Alert? Not Red Alert. The ambulance. What's the ambulance called? First aid.
First
Yeah.
aid.
Again, really cool. And then some of the e-hobby ones, deep cover, clamp down. Really, really cool.
Cool. Whilst we're on Transformers, I've actually got some Transformers that I can show off.
Well, I figured that was a segue to...
Because
People
Transformers is my thing, obviously, and especially emergency service Transformers I love. I have a lot, but I've just picked a few of my favourites. So I've got Energon Inferno, which is just
Lovely
a very
figure.
cool toy.
I knew you were going to say that.
I love a bit of Energon. The toys are just nice and chunky, and they've got that old toy feel to them rather than the modern action figures, which are much more focused on articulation and that kind of thing. He's got very limited articulation, but it's just cool and fun to play around with. So he's awesome. Siege Ratchet, which was a hard to get hold of figure. Unfortunately, I was able to get one. Yeah, it's very good. It's clearly inspired by his G1 look, but with some liberties taken. So a little bit of an updated design for him. But I like what they've done with it. I like the very angular design on the chest and that sort of thing. He's very, very cool. One of my favourite figures. We've got some Micromasters, because I love a Micromaster. We've got the Rescue Patrol, Red Hot, Stakeout, Fix It, and Sea-Watch, a rescue boat. How cool is that? And then probably my favourite character from Robots in Disguise 2015, Strong Arm, who transforms into this really cool police truck. So that's a selection of my favourite Transformers with emergency services alt modes. And like I say, that's one of my favourite things really is to collect Transformers with emergency services alt modes. Always loved any sort of emergency service vehicle growing up. All right.
I think bringing Prime back as a fire engine in Robots in Disguise 2001 was an inspired choice. I think not that it got boring him being a truck all the time, but it really kind of re-energized like the brand for me. Seeing him in a totally different alt mode that was still a truck, but yeah, made him a bit more dynamic.
Awesome. We can't talk about Transformers without mentioning Rescue Bots, so I thought I'd put that up. There you go. Rescue Bots, fantastic show. Apparently the most successful Transformers show that's ever been made.
What I loved about this is the heads. You know, you've got the police car with the shades on, the fire engine or the fire truck with the, you know, kind of like the helmet, the construction worker hat.
Yeah, the designs are great. The toys are really good quality, fun for little hands. Yeah. I've got a picture of the toys as well. And the show is fantastically well produced and fun to watch with your kids. And it is very, very good.
Yeah, it's entertaining even as an adult when you're watching it with your kids. Like it's not violent. There isn't like I don't think until very late on there's even any Decepticons in there, is there? I think no.
It does very much focus on the emergency rescue side of things, which is cool. Yeah, and I've enjoyed it watching with my kids when they've been growing up, definitely. All right. Shall we move on from Transformers then?
Indeed.
Has anybody got anything else they want to talk about?
Well, I have. You talked about the Transformers that I was going to talk about, which was the Rescue Patrol. But I have got the Siege version of these two.
They make you big.
The Siege version of these two, and then Fix It, and I think he was called Botor actually in Japan.
Botor in Japan,
yeah. But these came with Deathsaurus. These were like a surprise thing that were thrown in, and I was very, very happy to get them because I was gutted that they only did these two. And to complete the set, the Micromaster Patrol, Rescue Patrol was like one of my first sets of Transformers I had. I had Bruticus, then Powermaster Prime, then that set. So, but I'm going to talk about something else. And if you're in trouble, then you're going to ring the police, aren't you? If you're hurt, you're going to ring for an ambulance. And if your house is on fire, then you're going to ring for a fire engine and the fire brigade. But if you're troubled by strange noises in the middle of the night, who are you going to call? That was shit. I'm sorry. Ecto One. It's got a light bar on. It's an emergency service car. I'm calling that one. But I've got the reissue of Ecto One. Funnily enough, that was in the Argos catalogue that we looked at earlier.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my Ghostbusters toys are the one load of toys that I haven't still got from when I was a kid. My sister's got them randomly, won't give them back. But I had this, I think it was Christmas, it might have been 89. 89. You'll know, Rudy, because when it was released. But I remember opening it up, loved it. I broke the door off it straight away, so my dad had to fix it. But I got this from TFN a couple of years ago for like 20 quid, the reissue. And it's great. I've got a couple of the Fright, is it Fright Nights or Fright? The ones where the ice Fright features, that's it. Yeah, and then I've got a really randomly coloured Egon that I found at the NAC Toy Fair a while back that I've no idea where it's come from. But yeah, I love Ecto One. It's one of them. It's probably top 5 most iconic toys, I would say, of the 80s. Maybe that's a discussion for another day, but it's beautiful. It's an emergency service car, and yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I
And
do like
this,
the slightly weird proportions on the toy versus a real car.
Yeah, definitely. And I always hated this as well when I was a kid because I wanted to be like the mover. I'd always take this part off and just keep it like that. But now I'm older and I can understand the play features on it. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, that was my pick. And the show itself was amazing, wasn't it? I really loved the real Ghostbusters. It's actually quite scary looking back now and watching a few episodes. It's quite dark. Yeah.
I was thinking about like showing it to my children like last year, and we watched a couple of episodes. I was like, hang on, I can't let you watch any more of this. Maybe we'll watch it later. The seasons where it's a bit more jovial and slapsticky. But yeah, the first couple of seasons are super
dark. Yeah. But I mean, it was a great show. Really, really good show. And that was my non-Transformers pick anyway. Because I could have picked a load of Transformers, but there we are.
Yeah, I've got a few more things that I can talk about briefly.
You've got some slides as well.
Just a few. I haven't gone mad this time. Micro Machines. I've mentioned before, Micro Machines, my absolutely favourite toy as a kid. Had a bunch of Micro Machines. More than any other toys, I had Micro Machines. And this was one of the first sets that I got. Set number 7. The City Service Collection, which included a police car and a red ambulance and a rescue truck, as well as a couple of construction vehicles snuck in there. And yeah, I just had so much fun playing with these little tiny cars, and I had the city that turned into a toolbox that I got for Christmas one year, and I just whiled away the days just messing around, driving the cars around and making up little stories. And then my Transformers Micro Masters got involved as well, and had robots invading the city.
It's really iconic packaging, I think.
It is. Yeah. It's amazing. And I remember going into Woolworths when I was a kid, and literally half of the toy section was Micro Machines. Yeah. And they had a pretty ample toy section. You know, toys were a big thing in those days. And you could sit in the cafe and look out and just see all these Micro Machines. It's incredible. And then after you'd eaten your sausage and beans, Mum would take you out to have a look down the aisles, and you could pick some out. And they were affordable. They were your pocket money.
That was like really $4.75 or something like that, or $3.95.
Yeah, so you'd pick up the packs of cars throughout the year, and then the play sets would be for birthdays and Christmas. They were very, very cool.
Were they standard? Were they standard set, or did they mix them up? Or were they always like? Would you always buy that pack with those 5 vehicles in there? Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe I'm thinking of the new ones that were all mixed up then.
They were like standardized, but if
Yeah.
you bought like the Travel City set, you
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily get the car that was on the box.
That must be what I'm thinking of then.
Because I remember getting
Yeah.
the drive-through fish and chips, and the car is different, and the drive and like the hospital. Because I think the hospital has that ambulance on it, but I ended up getting the white and orange paramedic van
Yeah.
instead. Subtle details. Yeah, you think you're going to get something in the box, but no, you get a completely different car.
That must be what I was thinking of.
The
Very
new
cool.
ones did have. I think they had the same bunch, and then at the end there was one that could change colour.
It must have been that then. It must have been that then. Yeah, I remember the newer ones. Yeah, I think Oliver had a few of them. I think
All right, Thunderbirds. Any Thunderbirds fans?
I had this Christmas when it was released, and the thing is, right, and I did like the toys, right, but I think that my dad bought me these more for him than for me. I played with it, I enjoyed it, and then I put them away, and I never played with them much again. But it was a great toy, and yeah, I think my dad's still got this. He might let me have it. No. So there we are. I definitely did buy it for him.
I had all of the Thunderbirds and Fab One as a small die-cast when I was a kid, and I had a Thunderbirds bucket that they lifted, which we must have picked up on a trip to the seaside or something, I imagine. And I always played with them back in the bucket. That was it. Thunderbirds go in the Thunderbirds bucket. I never had Tracy Island. We may have tried to make the Blue Peter one and failed. I'm not sure. But
Incredible.
but yeah.
Just like what a toy that is. So much so that again it went out of stock.
Yeah.
That a toy show, I mean, a children's show has to, show you how to make one.
Yeah.
Oh wow, dear. Thanks.
Yeah, but more than the toys, I remember the show with Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Just that iconic countdown at the start. It was
Yeah.
amazing. And when the takeoffs, that was the best part of the show for me, was when they were launching the vehicles.
Even though that happens in like every episode, you were waiting to see to see that part.
I just used to love waiting to see what Thunderbird 2 had picked up. Because it was always the right tool for the job.
Pod.
Yeah.
This is what I was going to get into. Is that Thunderbird 2 is by far the best vehicle, all because it carries a different pod, and in there you'll have Thunderbird 4 or the Mole, or like the emergency rescue ones that save the aeroplane in the very first episode.
Yeah.
Really cool. Yeah, the fact that it could extend, like telescopic, extend up high, so the Mole can come out, or it drops and floats on the sea to let Thunderbird 4 go out. It's such a cool vehicle, Thunderbird 2.
It's been revamped loads of times, hasn't it? I mean, about 2 weeks ago, I was at work and I went to get some lunch from like a little village up the road, and I always have a look in the charity shops there, and I found one of the newer Tracy Islands in there for like £4. So I got it for my dad, and he said, "Oh, I've got Tracy Island." And when I took it to him, it's one he hadn't got. But there's been, if you look, there's been loads of versions of this over the last 20 or 30 odd years, and I don't think any of them are on the patch of that first that particular island with those die-cast vehicles. They were just awesome.
Yeah. I did get some of the big, when they did the new Thunderbirds Argo series. Got some of the big vehicles from that, and some of the little die-cast as well.
Yeah.
I'll show you for my daughter at the time. I'll show you a photo if I can, if it'll go up. This is what we built together when my daughter was young. So we got the little die-cast. They're sort of your Hot Wheels size die-cast vehicles, and we just used some Lego to sort of build an island. And we tried to replicate the parts that could move, so the swimming pool would open and the thing could go up and down for Thunderbird 2. Things like that.
That's an incredible mock.
Yeah.
The fact that you've made working parts is really, really cool.
Yeah, like I say, that was the iconic part of the show, was when the swimming pool opened, or when Thunderbird 2 came out and the ramp went up and things like that. Very cool. And yeah, that new series, I actually did quite enjoy watching that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it wasn't the
think
same as Super Mario Nation, but it was fun.
yeah. But they took, I think somewhere they took elements from it for a little bit of nostalgia, but to help like concrete it in its existence. They didn't try to revolutionize it. They just tried to pick the best parts out of Super Mario Nation, but make it CG.
Yeah.
But the storylines are really good in the latest.
Andy agrees. There
Andy
you go.
agrees.
And
Basically,
I
me
agree
and Andy
too.
are
It
the
was a
same
good show.
person, as we often discuss.
Yeah. Right. What else have I got on my slides? Inspector Gadget. There you go.
Oh, great. I always wanted that car.
One existed.
Did
by,
it?
Yeah, by Popy, Popy, like a French toy company, and it transforms. I've never even seen one ever, but yeah, you could get that car. They obviously never sold it in this country because I would have been all over Inspector Gadget toys.
Yeah. But
I know they
again,
did.
the show. I watched the show a lot as a kid, and it was just really fun.
Yeah,
All
I
these
loved it.
crazy go gadget arms and.
I saw an intro for it the other day where he had a moustache, and I think it must have been like
that's the pilot.
Yeah. And I'd never noticed that before. Like,
Yeah.
and then when I looked, yeah, it was a pilot. But
They thought it
Inspector
was
Gadget was one of my favourites.
Too much like Clouseau.
I didn't know this was a thing either.
That is an epic looking toy.
Yeah.
If I'd have seen that as a kid, I would have wanted that.
That's class.
Yeah.
I never realised I did like these. The only Inspector Gadget toy I know was from the film, where the McDonald's toys are all like put together. I didn't know they actually made toys from the cartoon. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got 8 action features and 20 moving parts. Very cool.
Incredible.
The old helicopter with the handles.
Iconic.
Brilliant. Oh, I love that. And then, I've just got a couple of photos that the guys in the WhatsApp Toy Collectors group that I'm a member of had shared. So I thought I'd put those in as well. So this is from Matchbox Mobile Action Command. Which, again, I'd not seen this before. I don't know if you guys...
No.
I had no idea what this was. And then, like, you showed me the picture. I was like, wow, that's incredible.
It looks very cool.
What year is it from?
Early 80s Matchbox stuff is just legendary.
Yeah.
So good. That's a playset, isn't it? Just a full playset. So many features.
This was Martin that mentioned this one. There we go. Thank you, Martin. It looks good. I don't know what the quality of that mounting is like. It might be the old thin plastic.
In shampoo bottle.
But I can imagine it being a lot of fun though, as a kid, to just have that in your living room and mess around with it.
Yeah, the detail on the front, but then obviously on the inside, it's all the rooms or the lab, like whatever.
Did it come with the vehicles, Martin, or were those separate?
Oh, do you think it was just the boulder, just the hill, and then you bought these extra sets to go with it?
Maybe just come with one vehicle.
Yeah.
There's a hard plastic shell with cardboard inserts. There you go. But did it come with the vehicles? Is what we're waiting for.
I reckon it come with a yellow one.
Here we go. It had a couple of vehicles, and you could get the others separate. Right.
Very cool.
That does look very cool.
Yeah.
And then Ertl, Police Helicopter and Land Rover. The helicopter is apparently a reuse of an Airwolf mould. So,
nice. Very British.
I can't remember who shared that, but there we are. It does look very, very cool.
The bit to beat is anyway.
a Land Rover and a chopper. 199 from BT's. Get yourself down there. That's
cool.
awesome. All right, and I believe that's all that I have to share on there. Which is good. Got anything else you want to talk about, fellas?
Just in terms of like police, well, not police, like emergency vehicles. Recently, like my I think it was like last year, my kids got some like emergency vehicles that make a giant T-Rex toy, and I'm glad that like as a toy community or like toy companies are still using emergency vehicles to make fun toys, regardless of age or popularity. It's never. I think the popularity of emergency vehicles is never going to change.
No, I think you're right. I mean, I think back when Oliver was a bit younger now, and I'm going to go through all this with George again, but even Paw Patrol, right? They're all based on emergency vehicles, aren't they? I mean, whether they should let dogs operate heavy machinery is another question. There's some whole health and safety issues there, but I think all of them based on like a police, fire truck, helicopter, and I think it's just a common theme that will always be recycled, no matter what, no matter the toy line. It's a good base to get something that kids are into, I suppose.
Yeah, it is, and it's sort of like a go-to show, isn't it, to do a rescue show?
Yeah.
So you can do a show where there's a battle between good and evil. That's a pretty classic kids' TV cartoon. Or you could do one where they're rescuing people in emergencies.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Those are kind of the two plots.
Yeah, I think they've slightly changed though, because I think back in the 80s and 90s, it was always good versus evil in some way, shape, or form. But you look at some of the kids' stuff like now that Oliver's watching, or what he's watched, what he's been growing up, because he's 9 now. There's not really that good versus evil thing like there was before. Like the newer cartoons, anyway. I can't think of anything. Like in Paw Patrol, there's the person who's got the cats, but he's not really that evil.
There's Miraculous, the tales of Cat Noir
Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
show. That is a good show.
Good and evil, but that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah. There you go. But yeah, you're right. That is the thing. There's always someone saving something. Or there's Bluey and their dad doing silly things, or whatever it might be.
All right, good stuff. Well, I think we're about done, aren't we? That's a nice little chat. Just wet me whistle. All right, we'll wrap it up there. So thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Thank you, Rich, for coming on. Been a lot of fun. Do stay on and have a chat with us after the stream ends. Thank you for everybody. Before we finish, I just want to mention that next Sunday evening, Ed from Vaults of Iacon will be doing at 8 p.m. in his regular slot. He alternates weeks with us. He'll be doing a ZX Spectrum time where he live streams himself playing a bunch of Spectrum games. And if you're into retro gaming, it is a good fun watch. So yeah, if you have the time, go and check him out next Sunday at 8 p.m. All right. Rich, why don't you tell us where we can find you on the internet if we're interested?
Well, I'm not going to tell you about those sites, but there we go.
Come on.
You can find me on YouTube and Instagram under Xortrider with an X spelled like it is here. And you can watch a load of videos I've done in the past and not many I've done in the present. But hopefully we'll try and do some more. So you can find me on Instagram and on YouTube.
Cool. Rudy?
You can find me on Facebook, and Instagram, and YouTube, literally under my name. You can message me. Let's talk about toys, nerd over, all things 80s and 90s, 2000s, all things toys, all things nostalgia. I love to talk about those things.
Awesome. And you can find me as Toy Slice on Instagram, Blue Sky, and YouTube, where I have actually finally posted a new video last week after months and months of doing nothing. So if you haven't seen that, I would appreciate it if you would check it out. Yeah, so thank you everybody in the chat for joining us. It's been fun, and we will see you again next time for more of these shenanigans. And that is all we've got for you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Toy me, toy you, it's what we do. New releases breaking through. Toy me, toy you, it's all brand new. The past and present info you. Legends rise from blister packs. Childhood whispers calling back. Figures posed in perfect time. A world of wonder built for you. Legends rise from blister packs. Childhood whispers calling back. Figures posed in perfect time. A world of wonder built for you. Toy me, toy you. The fun begins. Grab your grills, let's dive right in.